Hey there, what's going on? It's about 4:30 in Chicago. Market's closed for about an hour and a half now. Obviously, you guys saw we got finally a pullback of sorts. How about the Qs, man? They were down almost 4%. And looks like they're still going a little bit lower here right now. All right, yeah, 582.75 as we continue to creep to the downside on the overnights. All right, so there's your cues with the big outside day. A couple of things I want to talk about. All right, SPY, same thing. Okay, with the 323 puker. All right, and trying to shore up here a little bit around this 647 area there, 647. All right. I'm going to give you some support numbers. If they're supportive, all right. But we shall see. And here's your diamonds with the big puker day down. All right. So the first thing I want to say is when we're coming off and we're looking at the daily now. So on the SPY today, so you had this 3 yesterday, right? And then we took out the highs, right? And it finished the day red, right? So it was the 323 kind of. This is what we had moving here, all right? And what was going on that I talked about the last couple of days? I was saying, look at this week. It looks very weak, and it was looking weak the last couple of days, okay? And now it's just looking pretty sickly, all right? So down on the that's an outsider as well, all right? So you got another outsider as well. In the year, it doesn't seem like it's taken too much at all, okay? It really doesn't. But I like the shooter down on the month now. Okay, so we got a nice shooter down on month. Rocktober, we talked about it, right? We said October is a month where there can be volatility. I've been barking about that since day one of the month. All right, so now the question is this the start of something or is this just the fix? All right, but I'm going to say coming down here right now on SPY, and so we busted through our numbers here. That was 654, 654.36. Okay, so my next number coming down now. So we broke below here that number, right? So my next support line is going to come in at 646.19. 646.19. That's coming back down into this range in here. All right. So we'll see if we can get us any kind of support line here coming off of this 1 and this 3 right here. So we got a little bit of support here. All right. So we're going to see if we can get to test this. All right, see what the weather's like down there. All right, so that's our number coming down, 646.19, and then if I drop it, and then if we bust that, I got 635.90. 635.90 coming back into this area right here where I'm pointing to right now. All right, that would be 635.90 to break down from there. And then if you really wanted to get nasty, 625.6. 625.61 would be our next number coming down here. Okay, so we'll see what it's going to bring us. As I said, a little bit lower here still on the overnight right now. Still residuals coming back down. All right. So and what I wanted to really talk about was this. This would have been and a day today. Now I did not do this, but when this 3 went up today, when it made the higher high, okay. And I always talk about, what have I been talking about on the months? It said um, it can come back in. All right, I talked about that. Did you guys get my monthly video? I will definitely send that out so you guys have that. The first thing I talked about on that video was saying that, look at, we took a higher high here, which means it turns, it can turn around and come back down. It's exactly what I said. All right, so there we go with the shooter down now. Can we take out the whole month? Hell yeah, we can. All right, but there's probably going to be some knee jerks and some movements around in there. All right, so ain't going to be easy. But I say that we cut it in half here on one day. All right, so maybe they got it out of their system here, but we'll see. All right, we'll see. All right, so that would be your entry point though, coming down here when it broke down through here, right there. That would have been your entry point to get short. All right, that's where we especially when you get the higher high and it comes down, breaks there, and then that was the move to the downside. Okay, so that, I just wanted to make a point about that. And then QQQ, same thing. I talked about the same thing about the month. We got the higher high, which means we can go outside because this thing can come back down to those lows. All right, and I don't know if I put that video out, but I do it with the stretch soldier Jermaine. All right, so coming back down here, same thing here. It would have been here your entry point coming in on this one, okay, on the oneer inside from yesterday. So look at that 212 puker. All right, 213. Sorry. All right, so we did engulf. We can engulf, but we're gonna have to break it all the way back down to 559. All right, I ain't saying that's going to happen, but I'm saying is that it was setting up to do that. That's all I can say about that. All right, Diamonds DIA. Down here, we busted through everything. I got numbers here on Diamonds. So 440, 445. I got something better than that. All right. $452.15. $452.15. Okay, so we're coming back somewhere in here, guys. All right, 452.15 is that number. All right, so that would be, I'm going to draw that line right there. All right, so there's where we're coming to into here. And then if we want to break below that, my next number coming down from there would be 444.98. 444.98. That's going to be inside here. All right, right in here somewhere. 444.98. Somewhere right in there. All right, I'll draw a line there. All right, so we'll see. I'm not saying this thing can break this, but this would be our next level of support where we can at least have something to gauge. All right, as we move forward here. Okay, so that's the next two moves down. We'll see what they want to do. I like the way the week got clobbered here, and again, the year still looks really, really strong. Okay, and I could take that down to the quarter because that's going to probably turn in red with us. We can engulf that quarter, guys. We can 432.74. All right. It's going to take some doing, but we'll see what happens there. All right, so I wanted to talk about them. Stocks. I mean, what was good today? What was kind of good today was the staples were showing up today. Now it didn't show up on XLP coming at the end of the day with the shooter back down, but they had these things up pretty good. All right, but it looks like at the end of the day, they really poured it on the last hour here with the shooter back down. All right, so tried to get a little bit of relief. All right, so staples trying to show their heads up here a little bit. All right, so but that I bought like Coca-Cola, and this one fell apart too. I mean, it did have a good day though. Look at it. All right, so it was day up green. It kind of crapped out, but it didn't really. It didn't give. All right, stayed green on the day. All right, so these are the stocks that we want to be watching. All right, Coca-Cola. What do we got? Colgate. There's another one that kind of gave it up though here on Colgate, so that one came back down. Procter and Gamble was another one here that came down. Down heavy too. All right, so staples, some good, some bad, and that's the way that goes. Mondelez was a pretty good one here, and it's coming up on the overnight right now, trying to get back up a little bit. Mondelez was outside on the day, but it was all the way up to 62.40. All right, so they kind of gave up here again. They kind of poured it on a little bit at the end of the day, even into the staples. All right, so that's a group that could hold up reasonably better. Okay, I watched that Sprout Farm SFM, but this is another one here, just 2 down on the day. So not too much love coming from there. All right, not too much love coming from there at all. I was actually going to just take a quick look. Looking across the board, I guess the big winner today was Pepsi. All right, Pepsi with the 2-day up huge. Okay, POST, right? Post cereal. All right, look at that one. Post Holdings, nice day up. All right, on your staples. All right, so that one had a pretty good day. TPB had a better day today too. TPB Turning Point kind of gave it up at the end of the day a little bit, but that thing had a nice day too. All right, and then Unilever, I was in this one. Unilever finished really nice with the gapper upper, and it closed near the highs. All right, I'm still in this one a little bit. All right, Unilever. All right, so that one was really, really good to the upside. Philip Morris, you got to get the smokes stuck in the middle on the day there. So we'll see General Mills pretty good today with your foods. All right, General Mills fighting back. You're getting the idea. All right, so when the markets come down like this, these staples will start to rear their heads because these are things that people have to buy. And that's why I thought Procter & Gamble should have been a little bit better. But it covers a wide range, and there's all this tariff talk. So you're throwing, he's kind of throwing a little gasoline on the fire. But if that's what they want to do, that's what they'll do. All right, so we'll keep an eye on. Diageo was a little bit better today. People will be starting to drink more because they're losing their money. All right, Diageo coming down. This thing's been crap. All right, this thing has been down all year. I don't see it getting up anytime soon. Just like Sam Adams, we talked about the beer stocks. They're all down. All right, so puke again today with Sam Adams with the big outside day. All right, we already knew about these stocks. All right, because we talk about them. I did not get a look at Walmart though. Walmart was a shooter down, went out near the lows. So Walmart giving it up as well. Probably tariff talk and things of that nature. So there's a whole host of things here that brought us down pretty good today. And then there's one other thing that I want to talk about. Look at Coinbase today, man. Coinbase was down $30. It was down $40 at one point. All right, Coinbase got the big outside day, red with the week coming down. Shooters still coming down on the month, but staying green still. So took a hit here. This thing has been moving pretty nicely. All right, that's the quarter from 357 to 403. That thing made a nice move. All right, so today it took it down pretty good though, from that 402 and change up here. Right? We were up near the highs of this month, of the quarter. We've given that all back down, and we are back down to 352. Bear Stearns, 352. All right, so that's Coinbase. So here we got the banks, right? Kind of getting whacked a little bit. I love Citibank. I like the fact that it came down. It got knocked out pretty good today. I've been waiting for Citibank for an opportunity to get in this thing. It's been really, really moving. It's just the stock has been performing really, really well. So now, what's the caveat coming into next year? I mean, next week, we got all the bank earnings coming out. All right, so maybe we get a couple of misses and we really get some traction to the downside. That's what I'm hoping for. I'm hoping that that's going to be, maybe that's a catalyst for us to go further down. Okay, so be very aware of these. Okay, all right. Robinhood, where'd that one come down from? Okay, that thing was up to 153, right back down to 132. All right, now we don't have too much tech reporting yet. All right, but I just want to kind of stay in this group right now and say, what's going to happen here. We'll go over the big guys here. Bank of America, pretty nice move to the downside today with everybody else, down 2.29%. Bank of America, I talked about that. Citibank was down 2%. Okay, JP Morgan. How much did that get whacked for? All right, down $4.64, but it was only down 1.52%. Not too horrible for that one. Goldman Sachs, come on, baby, tell me you puked more. All right, down 2% on the day, down $15. That is not that bad, okay? In my opinion, that is really not that bad. All right, Capital One, COF, Capital One Financial. That's a nice puker to the downside. All right, so 825 now, down almost 4% today on Capital One Financial, coming back down. We got Visa, right? Visa, puker, nice Visa down not even 1%. All right, and then MasterCard, that probably wasn't that bad as well. So down about 1.25% down on MasterCard. Was down $7 though on the day. All right, so banks across the board here. I'm going to pick up a few more and just kind of keep a focus on this for right now. I'm looking at tech. All right, everything is red. Okay. All right, I got NVIDIA, Meta, Microsoft, Amazon, Apple, Google, Tesla, and I was watching the Dow Jones Industrial Average because I always do. All right, so tech across the board is red. I mean, I wish I could show you this chart, but it's all red. All right, I don't have any stocks at all that are green. All right, so banks, couple of ones that were good. All right, the bro. Hey, bro. All right, bro finished with a day and upper. It's in insurance. All right, so a little bit better there on bro. All right. I'm trying to see if there's any more. I don't see any more insurers in there. CBOE, big winner on the day. All right, was up $3.94. To getting a lot of fees. Getting a lot of fees today. All right, so CBOE getting some action. CME would be another one that you'd be looking at. And there you go with the day up on that one as well. Okay, fees. Trading's getting more and more trading, more and more fees. All right, so that's where that revenue comes from. HDB. Here's another one. I don't know what this one is. HDFC Bank, but that thing kind of puked out at the end of the day. Yeah, again, banks across the whole lot of them. All right, but so we talked about Goldman Sachs. What else we got there? Capital One Financial. American Express was down. Was that down $7.36 today on American Express? Allstate was down $3.32 to the downside. All right, so we got earnings coming into the banks. We'll see if they come in to help or to hurt. Either way, here at this point. All right, so and we will be. I think we're going to be coming in hot with Goldman Sachs and J.P. Morgan possibly on Monday. I will get a list and put it up there for you though. All right, so this is what we got, right? This is what we got. So we'll keep an eye on the banks. I'm not going to go into too many other things. I do want to mention about Boeing. This thing is just like completely fell apart. All right, so 178, man, 178. That's my number. I think that's where I think Boeing has got some lower to go here. All right, until they get right with their cash, which will not be probably until the first quarter. All right, so if this thing starts to take a dump here, maybe 170s, like low 170s, and somewhere in there. But I watch this one pretty closely. I'll get you better support numbers. I just look at this out. This 313 puker down, 32 down now on the month. This thing's getting pretty clocked. All right, already gave up the entire quarter. So we'll see. What's the one thing that they cannot do though? They cannot engulf. Okay. They cannot engulf. Remember what I said. I will send out that video as soon as I'm done as this. I don't know if you saw it or not. The first thing I talked about is that we made higher highs on the futures, which means we can engulf and break down, and October's the month. Now, are we going to get more? I hope so. All right. I'm looking for some more downside. We need a correction of sorts, even if it's 3, 4, 5, 6. Whatever it might be. If we could drop 10%, then we're still up good. All right, so keep that in mind. And everything is baked into this too. They're talking about this Israel thing might come to an end here. Is that going to be a real big market mover if that happens? I mean, it possibly could, but I think it's all priced in there. All right, so I'm not going to talk about anything else. So I'm just going to focus on these futures. I wanted to make a point about Boeing because that thing is really, really caked. All right, so we'll see. We'll watch that, and then I'm going to be keeping a close eye on the futures, and we'll see if we can start hitting our targets to the downside. This is the one that I traded all day. My Sudsies. I talk about them all the time. Look at the day my Sudsies had today. So I had some positions that came in when the market gave us an opportunity to the upside today. When you pull up the SPY, they really did. I mean, they gave us an opportunity here this morning with that gap up to the new high. It made the new high. Okay, and boom, and look at that. Take that month out. What do you say? 635.75. All right, I'm rooting for that. All right, I made that call. All right, so that's it. I'll try to get something out to you over the weekend. I think by Sunday, I'll get you something out here. Our Cubbies are playing tomorrow night. Say a prayer for us. Try to get these. Knock these Brewers out of the game here and try to get us back into the NLCS. We be playing the Los Angeles Dodgers if we do. So it'd be real special for our little city over here. It'd be really, really nice. All right. So on that note, everybody have a wonderful weekend and be good. Be good.